Hey everyone, this is Steve Bailey.
And Cassidy Harris.
We're realtors with Century 21 Preferred in Mason City. And this is our podcast, At Home in North Iowa.
So how is life right now, Steve? What have you been doing?
You know, we've been pretty active. Weather's been great. Been doing a lot of outdoor stuff. Obviously, been selling houses. It's been nice to see houses are still popping on. So those of you out there listening, if you're thinking about buying a house, certainly if you're thinking about selling a house, it could not be a better time. Either way, even if you're trying to buy a house, we know that the inventory is low. That's pretty obvious. But you know, things are still happening. We're still finding people their dream home, so that's pretty fun. What's been going on with you?
Camping. We bought a camper last year, so we've been camping a lot this summer so far, and that's a lot of fun. My son is very antsy, so you got to stimulate him a lot. So he kind of likes looking
outdoors.
Looking at the trees, all of that. I was gonna say about the market, like you were saying. I was looking at some statistics the other day. According to NAR, 83% of homes sold in March of this year were on the market for less than a month.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And then they said, according to NAR as well, which is the National Association of Realtors, if anyone doesn't know, they said sellers don't miss out. The average days on the market is 18 days, and the average number of offers a seller receives is 4.8.
As a national average.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, it's not just our area. They're like, oh my gosh, Mason City homes are just fun. You know, it's like nationally, this is a really good time to sell your home. And I know that there's been a lot of people that are kind of on the fence about, oh, should I sell or not? You know, I have some people that are like, you know, I'm trying to decide if I should sell or if I should just stay here and do some updates, but I really want to move. It's like, move, get off that fence. Now is the time to sell.
So you've been camping and stuff. What's your favorite place to camp so far?
So at the beginning of the summer, Memorial Day weekend, we went to Austin, Minnesota. I think it's Beaver Trails is what it's called. They have a pool there. I like to do it during later summer because they have that pool and that's a lot of fun, but they have so much stuff to do for kids, like a little train ride and little train songs that we sing to. Nice. So yeah.
So up on our podcast, we're going to be chatting with Alice Hanley. She's from Clear Lake. She's a North Iowa native. She's going to be talking about the 4th of July and just all the things Clear Lake. We're really excited about it.
Yeah, so she kind of ties in with the Clear Lake Chamber of Commerce and knows about all the events that Clear Lake tries to put on to keep their community members happy, bring tourists and people to the area. So let's find it all out.
Thanks for joining us. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. This is Steve.
And Cassidy.
And we're here with Alice Hanley of Clear Lake. And she's going to talk to us about the 4th of July. So you've been the chair of 4th of July for 25 years?
I think it's 25 years. You know, when you work on something this long, you kind of lose track. And really, July 4th, I mean, my highest number, I think, of 4th. So 25 is like way a lot over my pay grade.
Yeah.
So one of the things we like to talk about is, are you a North Iowa native, or what brought you to the North Iowa area?
You know, I grew up in North Iowa, and actually, and I'll give you, this is such a schmaltzy story, but it's one of the reasons that I'm so involved with the 4th of July. I mean, we have great events in Clear Lake, but the 4th is near and dear to my heart. So I was a little girl growing up in Hanlontown, Iowa, you know, not even 200 people. And our family didn't have a lot of money, but we would come to Clear Lake every year on the 4th of July. And we'd see the parade and we'd see the fireworks. And we could pick 2 rides to go on. We didn't have a lot of money, so we could do 2 rides. And my sister and I usually would pick like the merry-go-round and, I don't know, one other one. And then we would ride the Ferris wheel with my dad. So that was just this really, really special memory. And you think, you know, here I've chaired this a long time, and I'm so pleased that we have all of these events that, you know, the fireworks are free to the public. The parade is free to the public. Yeah, it costs a little bit to ride a ride, but it's not exorbitant. And you think we are making memories for families, for other little girls and other little boys. And it's pretty cool.
I actually got proposed to in Clear Lake like 6 years ago on the 4th of July.
You got what?
Yeah, proposed to. I think I'm going on my 5-year wedding anniversary this year.
Wonderful.
But yeah, I think it was 6 years ago my husband proposed. He tried to use like a oh, what do you call those things that like you put the fire underneath it, like a lantern,
Oh,
you know?
yeah, like the Japanese lantern.
Yeah, like
Yes.
yeah. So he rode on one, but it was on fire, and all my friends were like, "Look at the lantern." I'm like, "I know it's so pretty," and they're like, "No, but like look at it." And like, I know it's really cool. They're like, "Read the lantern," because it was on fire, you know. And the fire actually ended up like falling down on Casey, and he was stomping on it.
And the fireworks have continued in your marriage
fireworks
for all this time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like please don't drop the ring on the dock, you know. But
oh, fun.
yeah. So, but I remember we were riding the Ferris wheel around right beforehand. So I just have like neat memories, you know. And then we went to Rookies and celebrated after, and now we go to bed by 8. So.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
So this year's 4th of July, how's it kicking off? When's it all getting started?
Well, you know, of course, we didn't have it last year. And when we had to cancel the event last year because of the pandemic, we were so sad because, you know, it is just the signature event of Clear Lake. We have lots of great events, but the 4th is what, you know, people come back to again and again. And so we were so thrilled the beginning of this year as, you know, the vaccines came out and different announcements from whether it was local, state, U.S. county health departments and county and national health. And so we were given the go ahead. It's an outdoor event, which is great. As you know, we're not wearing masks all the time anymore. And we're just planning things as usual. Now, for those folks that are still uncomfortable, perhaps being in a crowd, well, we are outside. And of course, if you wanted to wear a mask, you certainly could. But it's an outdoor event, and, you know, virtually everything happens outdoors. And, you know, just be careful as we always are, and do the best for your situation. But it'll be the fireworks. It will be the carnival rides, the craft show, the bingo, all of the things that, you know, that we do.
It's so nice to get things going again. You know, after 2019, you know, we got, you know, BandFest was, you know, a couple weeks ago, and, you know, seeing all those people just getting out and enjoying the weather and the time that we get to spend with our families and stuff again is so nice. Well,
and I don't know about you two, but every event I've been to so far this year, from a business after hours to a business open house somewhere, it's just, there's so many people enjoying that. It's like we were locked up for months and months, and we're free again.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to a wedding, and we went out and celebrated after the wedding. I was kind of panicked. I'm like, this is the first time that I've left my house in like a year, you know, and it was so packed. I actually wore my mask for a little bit, and I was the only one up there wearing a mask. I was like, I've only got the shot once, people. Like, but it feels good to get out and do things now and be more normal. And, you know, my daughter is 3, and the whole second year of her life was spent inside. So it's going to be a lot of fun to take her to Clear Lake this year and do those memories.
And again, you know, if you feel that, well, I really do need that mask while I'm standing in a crowd watching the parade or fireworks, well, you know, we have all sorts of great masks with their fashion statement. So I don't think anyone is going to worry. You wear a mask, I wear a mask, or I don't, and no problem.
I think that'll be an ongoing thing for a while, masks anyways. So.
Yes.
Yeah. I know next winter, if I'm on a plane or if I'm in a big crowded area, I haven't been sick in 15 months. I haven't had a cold in 15 months.
Okay, knock on wood, Steve.
Yes. But so back to the 4th of July. So kind of explain to us some of the logistics that go into the 4th of July, because it's a lot of moving parts. And how many volunteers or employees do you guys have?
You know, there's lots of volunteers, but the 4th of July it's actually an event that the Clear Lake Chamber puts on. And it is really a big fundraiser for the Clear Lake Chamber. So we benefit from the economic things that happen with the 4th. However, this event could never happen without all of the volunteers we have, but the cooperation of our city leaders, of our police department, sheriff's department, the EMTs. I mean, all of those things, because when you go from a town of about 8,000 and then all of a sudden it's 25,000, or on a parade or fireworks day, it could be 40, it could be 80,000. I mean, it is literally, quadruples, not more than quadruples to the nth degree kind of thing. And that presents some challenges, traffic control, just people in town, things happen. And again, we have just such a great partnership with the city and law enforcement and emergency professionals. I mean, it's just great. But talking about all that, those people that come to town, that also is a huge economic impact. Mm-hmm. And it's been estimated that the 5 or 6 days of the 4th of July celebration brings over $10 million into our local economy. And that could be, that could be running to the grocery store to pick up your lemonade and hot dogs for the picnic you're having. It could be filling your tank up with gas. It could be renting a hotel room. It could be, shopping in stores, whatever. But yeah, that's a significant economic impact. So
and that has an effect on small businesses. It has an effect on,
absolutely.
It almost raises the value of your entire community when you have those big events and are able to bring all those people in.
Yes, it does.
So last year there was a boat parade, right?
Yes, and that was, the chamber didn't do that. That was I think some folks from the yacht club, the sailing club, that thought, well, we can't have a parade. This was last year again. We couldn't have the parade, couldn't have the fireworks. So we want to do something. And so that was 4th of July morning. Mm-hmm. And I think, I'm trying to remember, it was 150 boats or something. And they were decked out in, with flags and red and blue bunting and that kind of thing. And people loved it. I mean, they were lined up watching the boats. And I know that there's been talk that, we need to do this every year. And I don't know if the plans are for them to continue that, but it was sure fun.
Yeah, that was kind of neat. I've had a couple of people ask me, do you think that's going to continue? The boat parade? Because that kind of went off with a lot of people excited about that.
Now, whether with having everything else going on in town, because the carnival is set up all around the city park. So you've got some parking places that are not available. I don't know, but it was sure a fun thing. Mm-hmm. And then talking about parades, now typically our 4th of July parade is on the 4th of July. Well, this year the 4th lands on a Sunday. So when that happens, we do not have the parade on Sunday. We don't want to interfere with all of those church services and things like that. So this year the parade is on Monday, the 5th of July. But, okay. And the schedule, I mean, if anyone has a question on the schedule, the Clear Lake Chamber's website, which is just clearlakeiowa.com, has that complete schedule. So you can always, look at that for any updates.
Speaking of the parade, that is a well-oiled machine. So we've been in the parade the last 5 years, obviously not last year, but 4 or 5 years with a bunch of junior cyclists. We have a junior development team. And you Cass, have you been to the Clear Lake Parade?
Yeah.
So when you think of all those people and how they line them up and they have them all in numerical order, and it is dialed.
Well, it makes me feel great when you say it's a well-oiled machine, because when we're back there in parade setup, bopping around on golf carts, and someone says, okay, the semi's coming in the wrong entrance, it's going the wrong way. We don't always feel well-oiled.
But I think it's always gone over really well.
But we do work pretty hard when we know all the entries, and actually part of the things that we do on the committee, we line that out. So whatever number you get, I mean, we're trying to plan there's music on this float, but not on this float, and just try to do all of that. Mm-hmm. And not have let's say if there's a bank entry, you don't want to two bank entries together. You want to
They might
separate
start- they might
those a
start
little
brawling.
bit.
You don't
Yes.
want to have any of that stuff.
What are your interest rates?
What are some of the famous people that have been in the parade?
Well, we're a great parade for anyone that might be running for political office, from whether it's local or on up, and we have had many presidential candidates over the years. I guess the year that stands out the most for me, Bill and Hillary Clinton were in the parade.
Oh my gosh.
And so here we have a Bill Clinton as a past president. And then Hillary would have been running for president at that time. We had Mitt Romney. We've had and Michelle Bachmann, maybe. I can't remember all the names. Newt Gingrich, all of these different people. But the year that we happened to have the Clintons, and you think, wow, we were contacted. Working on the committee, we were each contacted by the Secret Service. So you think, wow, and I still have the Secret Service agent's card just because, this is pretty cool. And I know they had to check, some of the houses that were on the parade route, and it turned out it was a beautiful day, and Bill and Hillary decided to walk the parade. So, of course, when you are walking the parade, it goes a little bit slower. So we'd, go a little ways, and then the floats would stop because they're shaking hands. And for the most part, people were just thrilled that, wow, here we have this opportunity to have a past president and potentially a future president in the parade that we can see, shake hands. And then there were other people that said, well, I needed to go work on my sloppy joes, and that parade took forever.
Oh, yeah. Some
but
people you're never going to make
but we
happy.
had folks from like USA Today and the New York Times and things like that. So it's pretty exciting when you have all of those, again, potentially presidents that are marching in little old Clear Lake, Iowa's parade.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, no matter your political preference, it's kind of neat that Clear Lake was chosen as a spot for these politicians and stuff to come to.
Yes.
It's pretty neat.
So, I remember as a kid going and Curry's always had some pretty extravagant floats. What are some of the other businesses that put a lot of time and effort into their floats?
CLTEL always has a fabulous float. Clear Lake Bank and Trust does a great job. Manufacturers Bank and Trust, MBT Bank does a great job. The class car club, they always have a whole bunch of entries, and that's fun. We're not having a bicycle blues and barbecue this year, but hopefully that'll come back. But that was always fun, seeing all the cyclists and that type of thing. Sometimes you'd see it would be a Wood Harbor with their semi, but they have literally hundreds of employees walking, and that's cool to see so many employees out and about. That they are giving up a little chunk of their 4th of July to march in the parade.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun. And a few years ago, we instituted where you really do need to have a decorated float, because for a while there we had, here's a semi from, whatever company, and it was just a semi kind of driving through. And we still have semis, but please decorate it with red, white, and blue or something.
Yeah, try to make it fun.
Stand out. Yeah,
don't be a fun sucker. So I have 2 small children. So what are some children's activities you guys have during the 4th of July besides the carnival?
Well, let's see. The splash pad. Have you taken the kids down there?
I have not taken them to the new splash pad. I've heard it's
wonderful.
amazing.
It is amazing. And of course, any of the beaches, whether it's the City Beach or State Park, McIntosh Woods, I mean, it's all free.
Yeah.
So Cassidy, you can take the kids.
Yeah, you'll see
they
me
love
there.
that. Yeah. And just it's fun, take the kids to the beach, go out for an ice cream cone somewhere, or that kind of thing. So I don't know, it's just a fun place. Great, and we have great parks. So from a pine tree park to all of the free play equipment. So
isn't there usually a band playing too?
for what we do for the 4th of July, or for the celebration, in Clear Lake, it's not just a 4th of July. I mean, it is a week's worth of entertainment. But we open up on June 30th, which is a Wednesday, and we have entertainment. It's split second band that night, but every night we have live entertainment in the band shell. And that's made possible free for the public, but that's we have different sponsors that underwrite the cost of all those bands, because as you know, nothing truly is free. Mm-hmm. And the individuals and businesses that sponsor those live music, they want to make this a memorable 4th of July for everybody. And they want to make things that, again, it's making memories, and you don't have to break the bank to come and enjoy.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Thursdays on Main. I know that's like a really big thing that everyone really enjoys doing. Give us some details on what we can expect this year.
Well, Thursdays on Main, it's going on now. It's every Thursday, with the exception of July 1st, when we are in the midst of our July 4th celebration. But it's every Thursday, and basically it's about 6 to 9. We close off a few blocks of Main Street. We have all sorts of food trucks. Obviously, the local restaurants and bars are open as well. But there's fun things for the kids. There's the bounce house and the play equipment in the park. Whether they want to get a hot dog or you want to try something, the tacos or steak sandwiches or Ritz onion rings. I mean, there's all sorts of food trucks, great barbecue, that kind of thing. There's vendors all up and down Main Street. So it's, if you want to peruse and you kind of like a little craft show atmosphere, you just will never know what you might find. So bring your money, Cassidy.
Yes,
because
I'll be there.
see that. There's some fun things there. Usually there's some of the classic car buffs that bring some of their vehicles down, and those are fun to look at. There's a movie in the park when it starts getting dark and things are winding down on Main Street. Then bring the family down to the park with the band shell, and we have a movie, and it's just a great event.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Something for everyone.
So if you want to do the classic car, do you just bring it and park it? Like whoever can do that? Yeah,
it's always good to contact the Clear Lake Chamber, because obviously we have to have a certain area where folks set up. So, you don't want to just show up and not be in the right spot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the Clear Lake Chamber,
everyone has their own spot there then?
Or there's an area for the cars.
Okay.
But let's say if you're a vendor, you are assigned a certain spot. So you know where you're going to set up your booth, for whatever you're selling and that kind of thing. And we have live music as well. So we have a stage that we have a great variety of bands every week, and a lot of folks just bring their lawn chairs and just kind of sit around, listen to the band. There's a little bit of dancing sometimes. So, yeah.
Like
Steve,
cut a
yeah.
rug.
There you go. Bring your wife. And
You ready?
And there goes Steve Bailey.
Yeah, get your dancing
Ready for
shoes on.
Dancing for the Stars.
So we've had other people on the podcast kind of talk about, like downtown Mason City. So what are some of the core businesses that have been there for many, many years in Clear Lake, or any new businesses coming to Clear Lake? I think I saw something about somebody's...
Skip Kicks?
Yes, the shoe store. Yep.
Yes. So Skip Kicks is a brand new store in Clear Lake, and very excited to have them here. And they specialize in a lot of shoes, athletic shoes for the serious athlete, but also kids. And, there's just some great things. So you need to check out Skip Kicks. And they were a sponsor of our triathlon that we held back on Memorial Weekend. So it's great to have them, in town. We've got some great restaurants downtown that are always there and helpful when we're needing, a little support here and there.
Starboard Market. Holy cow.
Oh, I know it.
That place is so good.
Yeah, they're great. Cassidy had mentioned Rookies and Sevens and Tapped, and those are great. We've got another business starting up it's in the old Corner Drug Building, which is kind of kitty corner from Larson's Mercantile. And Larson's is a great, great business. So they literally have everything under the sun.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But the in the old corner drug building. It'll be fun. The soda fountain will be open again. And so that's like a 1950s era soda fountain. So whether you want to get a cherry Coke or a, chocolate soda or, some of those fun things. And they have plans to have some other businesses in there with kind of areas of, this might be a boutique, this might be little gift items, that type of thing. So that will be a really, really fun addition to downtown. Chris's Kettle Corn is coming to downtown. We have a Simply Nourished is down there. That's great. Wilcox Furniture has been there, for I think it's 68 years, 69 years. We've got obviously like a Clear Lake Bank and Trust right downtown. Just some longtime businesses.
Is the movie theater still up and running, right?
Yes, movie theater. And of course, they struggled during the pandemic. Number one, just all of the restrictions where they couldn't be open, and people weren't making the movies like they had been. But they would be open on the weekend, so you could get your fix of movie popcorn.
Oh, just go there and buy popcorn?
Yes, and there's actually just a walk-up window. In fact, I did that last weekend. I thought, what should I have for dinner tonight? You know what? I think I want popcorn.
Yeah.
And so my recommendation is order the buttered popcorn, but have them layer the butter. So you have it in every bite.
Yeah, I do that
tips.
too. I'm like, can I salt it like halfway through, and then I shouldn't salt it? All right, throw the rest in.
That's right.
And then
Layer
you get
that.
done and your mouth is all puckered.
Yeah, you walk out and canker sores everywhere.
Yeah. So that's great. K&B Emporium is right next to the movie theater, and if you haven't been in there, that's a wonderful, wonderful business. They had a huge multi-million-dollar renovation of this old building, and Vicky Sukup just, she had a great vision of making everything happen. So they've got food. They have a really upscale restaurant, but they also have just a grab and go options if you want to, get a little something. Or I had a craving for ice cream not too long ago, and I thought, I think I'll go get some ice cream.
I
So
really like your supper options. I'm
yeah,
down
that's
for it.
good. Well, and then you should actually stop at Cookies, etc., because of course for cookies, and they have ice cream and they have coffee, and usually they'll have a few sandwiches and some easy things like that.
So basically, I think everyone should support all these. We should just say everyone should go out and support all these local small
That's
businesses
right.
and stuff.
That's
Especially, we've said everything's opening up
Yeah.
with COVID now. Like, let's all make sure to support them.
I know.
And yeah, it's been tough for, like you said, like the movie theater.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and Cancun has reopened in downtown Clear Lake.
I had not heard that.
And Gyro Place opened, was that about a year ago, I want to say, in downtown Clear Lake. And then, of course, Gijo's with their famous secret recipe. Oh, their pizza is the best.
Gijo's is such a great place to sit outside, eat pizza, have a drink. You can see the lake from their patio area.
Yes.
It's a really fantastic place.
Yeah, so just, I don't know, I'm sure I've left someone out, and I apologize for that, because we just have some great local businesses. And, we have a very small downtown. It's not huge, but the things that are down there are unique. And for a town that's as small as ours, we've got some great restaurants. So,
And if you're in Mason City, and growing up in Mason City, I didn't really spend a lot of time in Clear Lake, 4th of July, things like that, could go to events, but it's a great place to go and just walk around downtown. Just drive around the lake. We go over there and ride our bikes quite a bit. So we'll do a lake lap, and
yes.
it's great. It's got a great vibe to it. There's tons of active people out, when you're out on a bike ride around the lake, you're going to see 50 to 100 people on bikes.
Yeah. And we have the surf ballroom.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Recently there was a film crew in Clear Lake that they were filming a pilot for, hopefully it'll be a show that somebody picks up.
Yeah,
and,
do you have details of that?
Well,
Tell us what you know.
but I got to meet a lot of the film crew and a lot of the actors not too long ago. And they they were in town for, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, enjoyed a lot of our restaurants. And one of the things they kind of like, well, they love the surf, obviously. And there were folks from California and Massachusetts and Chicago and, all of these different places loving the surf. Well, then they're asking me all about the restaurants. And of course, I'm telling them just about every place. And then I said, well, if you really want, let's say like a early